Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day wherever you are around the world. Welcome to an LFC transfer news video for you guys today. Of course, we don't normally speak about transfers during the season unless it is literally the summertime or around January. But there is two big news in particular that has happened over the last few days. Realistically, the news, about, of course, you can see with the thumbnail and the title about Divock Origi and, of course, Gavi as well. Both of them news did break yesterday and the day before. Of course, we was playing Arsenal yesterday. But let me know, guys, how you are feeling about yesterday as well. Let me know how you all are as well. And yeah, if you're new around here, then please feel free to leave that good old like and share and subscribe as well. If you're new, be very much appreciated as well. If you're sharing it on Twitter or so on, then please tag me at the Cop Council and we will of course share it and all that good stuff. Anyway, but Data is in as well. Hello, Data. Hope you're having a fantastic day, my friend. Saying hi, Connor. Hope you are well, mate. Anyway, but of course, there's only two newsworthy stories to talk about. Of course, we could speak about what we would like, and of course, we will do that. Going more into the future. Who we would want in the summer. Of course, we'll have a few of us on for that anyway. But moving on then to, of course, the news. And we'll start off with Divock Origi. Fabrizio Romano, of course, adding to the flame of this, of course, and we all know about Divock Origi's situation at Liverpool. He's well down the pecking order at Liverpool at the moment with the strength and depth that we do have at the minute. But Fabrizio did tweet out on the 16th of March saying AC Milan are working to extend Rafa Leo, I think it is. I think that's the Portuguese left winger. His contract soon, while they're in progress to sign new striker Divock Origi more than a target. Origi is out of contract with Liverpool, and AC Milan are pushing to reach a verbal agreement. Now, of course, we knew that if you're locked on the sites like Transfer Market or anything like that, it did say that Divock Origi's contract was out at the end of the season. Now, I think all of us believed that Liverpool had the option to an extended year. I think Neil Jones did speak about this on Redmen. He did say that there's something more to it than just Divock Origi's out of contract in the summer. But now, by the looks of things, nothing has been agreed, and it does look like that Divock Origi will be leaving Liverpool at the end of the summer. Now, whether or not Liverpool might change their minds on this, I don't think so. We've already spoken about the strength and depth at the minute at the club, with the likes of, of course, Luis Diaz coming in, Diogo Jota, in the front three, and you look at places. Divock Origi now doesn't come on. You look over the last few weeks since Luis Diaz has come in. Divock hasn't been a part of the team, and realistically, sometimes as well, Jurgen practically it's a choice, isn't it, between him and Taki? Who is the the one to be up from the likes of the front five? Then you could say, but for me, I love Divock Origi forever, especially from of course, Champions League and the good old memories against Newcastle and the Ev as well. You always love the Merseyside derby anyway, and of course this isn't goodbye either, because things could change from now until the end of the season. But with a move like AC Milan, Milan are going for titles in Italy, and it'll be one of those special moves. I think if you look at AC Milan's attacking options as well with Zlatan and Giroud, and Divock Origi will offer that something different. And look, Italian football, he's a very tall, pacey striker. I think Divock Origi will do brilliant in this area, personally. And look, I think it will be a good move for him personally. Look, I think it's been well documented that Liverpool, have moved on from Divock Origi at times. Of course, Divock can just come on and be Divock, as we know him to be with Jurgen. But for me, I do believe that it is now time for Divock Origi to move on. Anyway, but guys, let me know your thoughts anyway in the comment section before we do get the other bit of news about Divock Origi. Anyway, Fabrizio did tweet out today. To be fair, I think that was yesterday's news, and about 10 hours ago, he did also tweet out this little piece as well, saying AC Milan have already made a proposal to sign Divock Origi on a free transfer. He's not extending the contract with Liverpool. Current deal expires in June, and AC Milan are pushing to complete the agreement. Club confident of working on the deal, as reported yesterday. And of course, that is huge news when you think about it. And I should really get the banner up as well. But of course, it's huge news in terms of the Serie A as well. Of course, they want to, AC Milan, they want to be competitive now for a few years at the present moment in time. Of course, top of Serie A as well. Managing to beat this Inter Milan side, and we've come up against AC Milan, and you looked at it, and would Divock Origi make that forward line a lot better? Yes, it would. But also, as well, he has plenty of experience, Premier League winner, Champions League winner, and so on. And look, like we did say, he's not going to get in this Liverpool team anymore, even when a Sadio Mane is out, or Mo Salah, and you're having to change and rotate. You've got the likes of Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, Taki, like I did say, could be ahead of him in Jurgen's mind. And we've also seen Jurgen even trying Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain up top as well, in one of the front roles as well. But you look at Divock's time. He's been tremendous. It makes you think, if it wasn't for that injury against Everton back in 2016 was it, and where he was absolutely flying, you wonder what could have been of Divock Origi. But I think ever since then he's been in and out of the team. He's been on on loan to Wolfsburg, come back, did wonderful things in 18-19. And we thought, potentially he could kick on as well. But then, of course, the front three's been the front three. Jota's come in. Diaz has now come in as well. It's going to be very hard for him to keep his place. But I hope him all the best anyway. If he did go to Inter Milan, and of course, AC Milan. But of course, he could still win a quadruple at Liverpool as well. Already being a crucial part as well of the League Cup run as well. So, of course, for me, I think he'll be brilliant at AC Milan, and I do hope he does fantastically well out in Italy anyway. But Data says, well, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know if the move for you guys would be good for Divock Origi going to Serie A and going to AC Milan. I think it'd be a perfect move for him. Something different than what they don't have at the minute, because they have slow strikers in terms of Olivier Giroud and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Divock offers that same height, but offers a load more pace in terms of them two individuals anyway. Realistically, AC Milan will be a good move for Origi. Lucas says hi as well. John says, big up, Connor. Hope you're well, mate. I'm doing very well, thank you. Sorry if my voice does sound groggy today. For some reason, it sounds really groggy today. Origi, well, sounds like that anyway, to be fair. Origi would be brilliant for AC. Yeah, no, I think he would. I think, you look at, like we already said, they've got, they've got Rebic, and they've got that Leo as well. And look, attacking wingers they have, but up front they don't have that quality up there, I would say. But of course they're doing it at the minute. Olivier Giroud is doing it at the minute. Of course they've got Pablo Maldini's son coming through as well. I think he's a striker for AC Milan as well. So they've got people coming through, and that is what AC Milan, and when I was growing up, and as you guys know as well, AC Milan, Inter Milan, and of course Juventus, and so on, they were the main competitors in Serie A, and it's nice to see that both AC Milan and Inter Milan are back fighting for the title. I like to see things like that. Like when I was a kid as well, it'd always be Liverpool, AC Milan, Inter Milan all the time in the Champions League. More so AC Milan. But it's nice to see them that they're back fighting on top of Europe as well. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below before we do move on to the other story that I think a lot of you will be here for as well, especially he did play today for Barcelona. I know a lot of you will be interested in this, but of course, yes, Liverpool have reportedly offered Barcelona's Gavi a £6 million per year contract. The news broke from, if I can quickly find the tweets for you guys. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to share screens here. But downfield talk, we always pretty much reliable on that anyway. But saying brand new, and with a green dot as well. Saying Liverpool have offered Gavi a net salary of €6 million per season. Of course, I should say this anyway. It does come from Gerard Romero. He is practically Barcelona's Paul Joyce for us, realistically. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I didn't hear, I've never heard of him before, and I'm being perfectly honest with you. But when I looked into more details, he does seem to be, Mr. Reliable when it comes to Barcelona transfers in and out of the club as well. But guys, let me know off the face of it. Let me know your thoughts. Gavi, would you want him at Liverpool? Of course, Barcelona wonder kid. I'm not gonna be here and say, oh yeah, I've watched him every single week. I haven't, to be honest, but looking at his profile and his stats so far, he does look to be a very, very intriguing midfielder. Of course, they've already got Pedri, for example, but Gavi does look to be a very, very interesting signing for the season ahead. Well, for many seasons ahead, I should say. John says, seen talk today saying Minamino will leave in the summer. I've also seen that, but nothing really newsworthy. I would say. Any Newcastle fans in here? Wink, wink. Absolutely, Daya. Would love Gavi at Liverpool. I have never heard of Gavi either. But to be fair, if we go on to a news article that was the main little talk of it. Now, personally, I thought that Gavi, looking at the deal and looking at what was said anyway, of course with the contract as well, and we all know Barcelona's financial issues as well. What I was understood to believe that he was out of contract in the summer, and that this is why the reports of Liverpool offering £6 million was out and about. But if we take a quick look at the little article piece, anyway, as you can see, but there he's played more than 2,000 minutes this season and has recorded 2 goals and 5 assists. That is in all competitions. Enter perhaps unspeculated talks of Liverpool this week. Gerard Romero, I should say, sorry, an often reliable source for Barcelona insight, is saying that matters are being complicated by the fact that Liverpool have offered the player a contract worth more than €6 million a year. That's around £5 million in local currency, or about £95,000 per week. An offer to a young standout who currently has a €50 million release clause, which is of course 42 million in pounds release clause, that is set to double on July 1st when he enters into his final year of his Barcelona contract. Now, of course, he is 17 years of age, and you look at it, guys, and we've all known about potential. That's been the thing for the last around year for Liverpool. Of course, we've all spoken about the the rebuild of Liverpool. We've got Ibu Konate, 22 years of age. You look at it, Fabio Carvalho as well from Fulham. That deal looks to be getting over the line. There hasn't been really much any news about it, but we all knew that Liverpool wanted to get him in January, as well. But Gavi as well, 16 years of age. The £42 million release clause. If you remember, back in the summer when we were getting linked with the likes of Otavio, I think it's the Brazilian Porto winger. I think he's changed nationality as well. I think he was Portuguese and now he is Brazilian. But you remember when it was that said date where if it goes past July 1st, his price tag goes up from 60 million to about 85 million pounds. And of course, Liverpool are never going to pay that type of money when we've got the likes of Sadio Mane and so on. We'll do it for the right player, like we have seen with Luis Diaz. But if Liverpool think that Gavi would be that guy, to push us forward, going into the future. Of course, 16 years of age, it's a huge, task, I would say, in terms of, Barcelona. He's come through the academy. We've all seen the likes, currently at Liverpool, Thiago Alcantara, and I've seen many people on Twitter saying, it could be one of those signings where like he goes, leaves, joins a top European team, kind of like what Thiago did when he just went from Barcelona to Bayern Munich, and just have those years and years and years of experience. But you look at it from Barcelona to Liverpool, working under the likes of Jurgen Klopp, working, under the likes of Thiago Alcantara, Fabinho, Jordan Henderson, James Milner, if he sticks around as well, the experience that Gavi would have at Liverpool would be absolutely phenomenal. And those couple of years under Jurgen Klopp, if Klopp doesn't stay until after 2024, just those few couple of years, well, if he was to join this summer, would be huge. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I will read them out in a brief moment of time. But let me know, would you spend £42 million on Gavi, on his final year of his deal? Personally, I think not. I think if Liverpool did want him, they would wait for that extra year, or at least let it go down to 6 months and then try and sign the Spanish international. For me, I don't think Liverpool would be coughing out £42 million on Gavi. But when I checked on, I think the FDB website, where they, the football stats, Owen from Copon, I know he always uses it, but on, the comparison page where, when he was, comparing players, the number one player that Gavi has been, compared to is Jude Bellingham. Now, read that however you want to, but if Jude Bellingham is being compared, with Gavi, of course, we all know what Jude Bellingham can do. We all know how much we want Jude Bellingham at the club as well. It would be very, very interesting to see, what does happen in the summer anyway. But, in terms of the Liverpool rebuild, imagine if Liverpool did went for him, we've already brought in the likes of Kanate, Diaz, Fabio Carvalho as well, if he was to come in the summer, and of course Gavi as well, the future, and Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones and Trent. The next stage of Liverpool Football Club would look very, very promising, I would say anyway. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below anyway. It could be interesting. And in terms of the release clause, I don't think Liverpool would go for it personally. But I did also say, the second week of January, I didn't think Liverpool were going to go after Luis Diaz in January. He's a Liverpool player, so don't take my positions in that. We will take a look anyway in a brief moment where he does play in midfield. But of course, we will speak about that in a brief moment in time. But I want to let you guys, have your say in the comment section. I would love Gavi at Liverpool, says John. I've never heard of Gavi either. I think I read that one out. Barca were trying to get him to sign a new deal with a £200 million release, buyout in it. I did see that, John, as well. But apparently, due to the financial reasons, they can't agree on a deal, I think it was, or they're trying to wait and see what they could do, especially. And the other interesting thing as well, we didn't really, mention it then, but with Barcelona, we all know of the rumours of, they're looking to sign Erling Haaland. Would Erling Haaland be able to go to Barcelona? No, I don't think he would. Judging from what I know that Bild have been saying, that, the whole deal would cost a club like £305 million in terms of, the agent fees, Haaland's fees, the overall extent of it would be around £305 million, which is ridiculous when you look at it. But it would be very, very interesting to see who he gets. Anyway, sorry, I missed that comment. All these links to young players is telling me Klopp is signing a new 2 or 3 year deal. I'd love it if that was true, John. I would absolutely love it, my friend, for sure. Evening, Connor. Happy St. Patrick's Day as well. Hello, Gary. Hopefully on a fantastic day, my friend. And yes, happy St. Patrick's Day to anyone that is in the chat, as well as John is saying it back to Gary as well. I actually forgot it was St. Patrick's Day before I checked. I think it was Instagram earlier. I'd rather buy a striker, says Gary. What position does Gavi play? I will get onto that data. I will bring you the little clips. Well, not clips, but I will show you the little like stats of him anyway in a brief moment. If we wanted the best young players, Connor, we need to pay the price to get them before they do rocket. That is true, but I think the thing, especially for Gavi, is we need to make sure he doesn't sign that contract with Barcelona. Of course, of course, being Spanish, coming through the ranks of Barcelona as well, he'll want to most likely stay at Barca. And look, this isn't anything, confirmed or anything. Of course, Gerard Moreno, or I think that's how you pronounce his name. So apologies if I butchered his name, but he's the most reliable person in terms of that. And him saying that, the deal deal with Barcelona has been a little bit hijacked, because Liverpool have put this offer through. Now, like I said, when I read it, I thought Gavi's contract was ended in the summer, but he does have that 1 year left, and like we did see, with the release clause is currently 42. If it went past July 1st, it'd be like, Otavio's last year, where, it'd be doubled up to like £84 million, which of course Liverpool are not paying that anyway. But it will be interesting. It will be very, very interesting to see if Liverpool would, cough out the dollars as well. And especially, whether or not if Liverpool would be going after him, like we did say, that statistic site was, comparing him with Jude Bellingham. Of course, we've all wanted, Jude Bellingham to come to Liverpool. And, we already know that price tag is looking around 80 million, 90 million pounds. At this present moment in time, could even be over 100 million. And would Liverpool do that? We've seen, if it's the correct player and the correct time. We've already seen with the likes of Alisson Becker, Virgil van Dijk. Would we do it? Yes, we would. But it has to be for the right player under Jurgen Klopp. And I think that's the important thing we have to remember. If Jurgen thinks they're good enough, then, they should be good enough. Then realistically, because you look at it, Liverpool, have we ever got a transfer wrong under Klopp? I know some people might say Karius a little bit, but at the time, was it a step up? Probably you would think so, but I don't know. Let me know your thoughts anyway, guys, in the comment section down below. Anyway, see you next stream. I'm off out. Well, Gary, thank you for popping in, my friend. And hopefully you have a fantastic evening, my friend. Anyway, but as I did ask, we will bring the stats out for Gavi. This is on SofaScore. If you guys want to check out SofaScore, I would, I would advise it. I think it's probably one of the best things out there. We quickly take a look at the heat map quickly. As you can see, similar towards, a Naby Keita, a Thiago Alcantara loves playing on that left-hand side of the midfield for Barcelona, and he is, as you can see, but their, strengths, passing, and ball control. I would say pretty much a Thiago Alcantara type player in terms of it, but of course discipline as well as a weakness. But of course over time that can be stopped. But as you can see, the last game in La Liga, if we take a quick look at the stats anyway for that, anyway, but as you can see, played 90, ground duels won 9 out of 13, one aerial duels 1 out of 3. Passes, 71 over 74, which of course is 96%. One key pass, penalties 1. Dribbles attempted as well. 5 succeeded out of 6. Interceptions 3 and tackles 3 as well. And he does seem to be that very much Thiago Alcantara type midfielder that, but of course we're going to miss in a couple of years. We all know how well Liverpool are under Thiago at the present moment in time. And if Gavi, if he could come in and completely take that role by storm, then I'd absolutely love that for sure. But if we take a quick look at his La Liga stats anyway for you guys, anyways, you can see, play 23, started 20, 1 goal and 4 assists so far in La Liga, having 0.7 key passes per 90, accurate passes per game, 90%, 31 over 31 accurate passes per game. Big chances created, makes 6 big chances per game. interceptions 0.7. Make it a tackle per game at least. Possession won 0.7. Dribbles passed per game is 0.7, and clearances per game is 0.3 anyway. But for me, guys, I think looking at the stats, he does have plenty, to work on, I would say. But you look at a 16-year-old kid, realistically, and for me, guys, I think he could be one for the future. Of course, the whole hype at the minute is around Pedri at Barcelona, especially with his contract as well. But for me, guys, I think it is an iffy one. Will Liverpool play the release clause? I don't think so personally. But of course, I've been wrong in the past. Look at Luis Diaz, for example. But for me, guys, I don't think Liverpool would go for the release clause. Maybe in a year's time, they'll maybe look at it if he is still available and hasn't signed any deals anywhere else. But I do think if that did happen, I think a lot more teams would be coming in for him, the likes of Bayern Munich, Manchester United, especially. I think depending on who they get as well, could be after him. Because of course United, they'll throw money to the wall at whoever, won't they? But you'll have the likes of Manchester City as well. While Pep's there, and Barcelona as well. Of course, will want to keep him as well. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below before we do head off. Anyway, but realistically, I want to bring those two main news for you guys anyway. Of course, with Divock Origi and of course Gavi as well. Don't even think he has had a bad signing really. 4 million. We have probably made that money back with the loans he's had. Yep, no, that's true. United, who says John? No, but you know what I mean. United will throw money at the wall, won't they? And look, we've seen over time, money speaks. Realistically, look at we looked the other day with Mo Salah's contract. They're paying Paul Pogba ridiculous money. They're paying Ronaldo big money, Varane big money, and Marcus Rashford as well. Marcus Rashford's earning more than Mohamed Salah at the present moment in time. That's ridiculous, isn't it? But you know what I mean. If whoever they bring in, Pochettino, Ten Hag, or whatever, they'll if you have a Gavi, that's been highly rated in the people's mind. You know what I mean. They'll throw the money at the wall, even though he might not fit the style of their team and what they're trying to build. That they will just do it either way, and that is a sad thing. Realistically, Data says Chelsea and City much the same now. Both got no fans. Yep, that is true at the present moment. I love the fact that Middlesbrough told them to bugger off in the FA Cup game anyway. But guys, that's going to be it for tonight anyway. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's show. Tomorrow we will have the Nottingham Forest preview show for you guys. It will be at 9 p.m. tomorrow. Anyway, because of course, we'll be on the Friday show on the channel at 7. As we normally do on a Friday, but we'll be back here or at 9 o'clock on Friday. Yeah, Friday is tomorrow. Anyway, that should tell you where my head is at the minute. It's ridiculous. Don't even know what day it is at the present moment in time. But guys, we have spoken about Divock Origi's move to potentially go into AC Milan. For me, it would be a brilliant move if he was to go there. And I think, look, I hope he does go there and absolutely smashes it in terms of, winning titles and winning everything else. And of course, we've also spoken about Gavi and Liverpool reportedly offering him a £6 million per year contract, which would be around per week anyway. But guys, let me know if you're watching on repeat as well. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know overall the thoughts on Divock Origi and Gavi as well. Would you want Gavi as the rebuild and the Liverpool? Their current release clause price £42 million, and of course it doubles on July 1st. So it will be interesting to see what does happen there. Anyway, I would say anyway. But read a few more of your comments before we do head off. John says that's been the problem, Connor, just wasting money. Yeah, exactly. But it will continue like that because they're shite. I would take it over the thumbs up as well. And John saying brilliant show, mate. So thank you very much, guys. Anyway, but if you are new around here and you haven't already, then please feel free to leave a like, share, and subscribe. Anyway, if you're new around here, of course, if you're already watching, then please hit that like button. It does very much help out the channel, helps the algorithm out, and all that good stuff. Anyway, but we will be back tomorrow with a show for you guys. Anyway, for a match preview, FA Cup on the weekend as well. Looking forward to it. And yeah, we'll go moving on then to, of course, the quadruple before the international break, sadly. But yes, if you guys do like these little, shows as well, talking about some transfer news as well, or, headline news, then let me know in the comment section down below anyway. But until next time, guys, that is going to be it from me. I've been Connor from the Cop Council, and I will see you all later on. Ciao, Reds.